Okay, class, welcome to part 2 of Lab 5, Geographer's Craft. And what we're going to do now, as you can see on your instructions, is we are going to import this data into ArcMap, right? So we now have, from the FactFinder website, we have an Excel file we're going to import, and we also have a shapefile. So the first thing I'd like for y'all to do is to go here to ArcMap 10, and that again may take a second to load. I'm going to fix this guy too right here. I just noticed that we need to have one of these underscores. Okay. Close this out. Okay. So just want to make sure there's no spaces on that here. So open this right here. So we have a blank document. Oops, these are from my previous stuff. I'm going to take this off and remove. Okay, so now we have a blank document, right? Now the first thing I want to do is, if you go to File, just make sure this is clicked. This is going to help if you're working off. Just make sure that you have Store Relative Path Names to Data Sources. Just make sure that's clicked, okay? And you can even go to Customize, ArcMap Options, and you can say Make Relative Paths the default for new map document. So just make sure that's clicked right there. That's just going to help you if you're using your H drive or some other remote drive. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is add the Excel workbook. Okay, so remember here that you may have to make the connection if you haven't done that already. So under Lab 5, I'm going to go to right here to this Buncombe County XLS. It's an Excel file. Hit Add, and then I'm going to use Sheet 1. Okay, it's pretty much always going to be Sheet 1. And then I'm just going to check this. You guys already know how to do this, but open this up right here, right? You have your Geoid, Geoid 2, Geo Display Label, and then your medium household income. Okay? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the shapefile, right? So here is the shapefile right here of this tract. So we're going to add this right here. And I doubt any of y'all have been to Buncombe County, but if you have, that's where I'm from, at Asheville. And the city of Asheville is right here, and this county is in West North Carolina, so it's in the mountains. And Asheville right here is kind of located in a valley. Okay, I grew up over here in North Asheville. So anyway, we've added this right here, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to join these two things. So what I want you to do is just open up this attribute table and look and see which two of these match, right? So we're looking for things that match so we can put these together. So we have shape, that doesn't look right. Actually, let's look at this first. There's only 4 of these. So let's close this out, and then we're going to go to this sheet here, right? Open this up. So we have your Geoid, Geo Display Label, the medium household income, and then we have this Geoid 2. I keep doing that. So if we go, let's close this out, and we go right here, open attribute table. The one that looks similar, right, is going to be this CTIDF P00, and it's a combination of all of these different things. It's a combination of the shape, the county, and then the tract within that county. Okay, so the things that match are going to be the CTID, and then on this here it's going to be the Geoid 2. Okay, so that's what matches. Let's go to right here to this shapefile. We're going to go to joins and relates. So join. Okay, so since we're right here, it's going to be the CTIDF P00. Okay, and then it's going to be the Geoid 2. Okay, and we're going to go to keep only matching records. So if there's any that don't match, they're just going to get tossed out. But so we're right here. This should be good. The first thing I wanted to do is go to validate join. Okay. Okay, and it says all field and data source validation tasks were completed successfully. What people had a problem before is on some of these there were some funky symbols in these titles, and if there are, then it won't work. Okay, and you also make sure that you're using the right thing here. So, okay, and let's go to this right here. So, and make sure so open attribute table. Ta-da! They're all connected. Okay, so once this is good here, once we've double checked that this works, we're going to remove this right here since this is all in this one file. Okay, so that worked, and then the next thing we're going to do is to go to this. We're going to add a field. Okay, and what's going to help here? Well, this is going to be a long integer, and I'm just going to name this. Let's just do median. Next, let's do buncombe bun underscore income. Okay, we're just doing this here. This is going to be a long integer because when we long integer, and this is going to be right here. So what happened is that all of these right here, these are in a text format, and I want to just make sure this is in a number. So what I'm going to do is I just want to transfer this median household income in 1999 to right here. So we're going to go to this field calculator right here. This is pretty easy. This right here is just equal to sheet 1 right here. And as you can see, the type is a number. So it's going to turn it into a number. Double click this, and that's all it should look like, right? We're just taking the median household income and putting this to this right here. It's saving it as a number. No, it's just calculating. Okay, so just double check, but it should be exactly the same as median household income, right? So once we've done that there, okay, we're going to close out here. And let's double click on this and just make sure what the source. Okay, so we're in a good datum. We're in the North American datum of 1983. So let's keep it there, just double checking. And then I also want to just kind of make this easier to deal with. So you can go to properties in general, and let's name this better. Let's give it a good name. Okay, so let's name this right here, right? Median household. You can name it whatever you want. Just income in Buncombe County, North Carolina in 1999 by census tract. That's pretty long. That's probably too long, but apply, and then you can see that right there where that comes up, right? Okay, so hit OK. That's just nice right there. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to double click on here again, right? And there's a bunch of different stuff, right? The display, all these different symbols and stuff. Now, what I want to do is I want to go to symbology, right? We're going to go to quantities, and we're going to use graduated colors. Now, there's a lot of interesting stuff you can use right here, right? So you got all these right here. This is cool here. These colors right here. You can right-click this and just you can play the colors. But what you want is you kind of want colors that are going to go from kind of this like nice like light to dark. I like those the best, and you can choose whatever you want. But like some of these here are just too many colors, and it's easier when it's just kind of light to dark. So I like this one here. Okay, now our value right here is going to be that Buncombe income right there. Okay, so we did this. We went to symbology, quantities, graduated colors, and there we go. Now let's do this right here. Let's hit apply, and okay. So what this did is it did most of this stuff for me, right? So I got this right here. I have this, all of these are just like natural breaks. So this is all the incomes, and there's only one of them here that is in between 51,000 and around 120,000. That's in South Asheville, which is the most expensive part of Asheville, We can see already that some of the lower income areas are parts in the city, and then you kind of see just a general trend of middle class, upper middle class people along the kind of like the suburbs here, but you definitely see this concentration of wealth in South Asheville, which is also known as Biltmore Forest. So anyway, what I don't like is I don't like these numbers right here. These numbers are just a little bit funky, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this again, and I want to go to here and go to classify. So this is cool right here because this shows you where all of these pop up, right? Where all your values are the most, right? So we have most of our values in between right here. And we only have one value that's in between about 50,000 and 120,000. So there's a major gap, right? So what I want to do here is I want to set these by 15,000, okay? I think that works for mine. 30,000, 45,000. Now for each person this may be different. 60,000, and then let's see this. 80,000. What am I doing? Okay, so what that did is actually what we want here is this 0, but what I basically did is it did that manually. Okay, so what we have here, this is anything. Okay, so what we have here, I actually don't like this. I want to go back to this here. So this is the 0, right? 15,000, 30,000, 45,000, 60,000, and then this should be here. Actually, let's do this again. 15,000, 30,000, 45,000, 60,000, and 75,000. Okay, so this is just where they're going to put them. We can mess with it from here, but okay. Now, actually, once again, I'm going to change this again because what I don't want is I'm like currently leaving a value out, and I don't want to leave a value out. So I'm just going to make this one here 120,000, right? Okay, because I know that this value right here is going to be under that. Okay, so hit OK. So all those are in here, and this is more of what I want right here. So this is what it's actually looking at. This is this range right here. Now what I want to do right here is on this label, this is what's going to actually show up on this right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this is less than 15,000. Okay, and this one's pretty good here, but I'd like to kind of do a 0.00, so this looks more like dollars. 0.00, 0.00, 0.00. Okay, so this is what's going to show up right here. So 0.00 space 60,000.00. And you can even add commas if you want, but this way, like, it looks a little bit more like money. So, okay, so actually, this one here, let's do greater than 60,000. There you go. And this makes more sense, right? If you're looking at something, so you can put a comma in there too. I think that makes it look better. Okay. So you hit apply and OK. And this is what you get with your map now, which I kind of like it a little bit better. Right. So we have anything less than 15,000, anything between 15,000 and 30,000, 30,000 and 45,000, and you can see the areas with more money are usually going to be in the center. So I'm going to show you how to do the rest of this lab, and then the last video. I'll see you there.